Hi, I have a new toy. It's a Momento Zero Grande 2.0 from Leonardo, and it comes in a rather large box full of Italian air. The pen itself is stunning. I cannot wait to see it out of the packaging. So here we go. I don't know why I put it back in the box. I'm doing the voiceover and yeah, that eludes me. Yeah, whatever. I just did that. Taking the tag off, looking at all the pretty colors. It's so orange and pink. There's more orange in it than I expected. I was thinking more pink and red. But oh my gosh, it's pretty. It's chatoyant. It's got glitter. Oh, it's so girly. I love it. So let's open it up, take a look at what's under the hood. This is gold trim. Well, it's gold toned steel. It's yellow. That's what counts. Pretty nib. It's a Leonardo nib. I had a moment of brain fart where I thought this was a converter and I was trying to unscrew it, and then I saw ink window and realized piston. So now I'm showing that the piston has gone all the way down. I love that it's a white or almost translucent piston. It's not a black piston because there are parts of this material that are almost translucent, and a black piston would be glaring in behind the translucent body. So yay to light colored piston. I'm admiring the pretty. I'm so excited. This is ridiculous. I just am in love with the prettiness that is this pen. So what pen is it? Well, it's the Nana Rosa, Leonardo Momento Zero Grande 2.0 in the material Nana Rosa. And this is time to choose an ink. I have so many bright pinks and corals, mostly corals. I've got a couple of pinks in there. And I'm toying with pink. Then I think brighter coral, brighter orange, pink, coral. I'm going back and forth a bit. But I have options. As you can see from this page, I have 20 ink options in this classification of bright pinks and corals that I have in my ink collection. So here I think I've made my decision. I chose Wearingeul Geppetto. So that's the second one in from the bottom on the left. Yeah, Wearingeul Geppetto. Here's my box of ink, Wearingeul Geppetto, as advertised. And such beautiful pen. I like the little ink card that comes with these inks that shows the actual color of the ink with shading and stuff. And time to ink her up. But she's definitely a she. Got the piston all the way down. Had a bit of a rough time getting the lid off this ink. I've been tightening my inks up a lot more lately because I've had some loss due to evaporation on some Vinta inks, and that was disappointing. So I've been tightening everything really hard when it comes to my inks. So I don't know if I got much of a full ink load, piston load, but it's my first piston fill, other than a Twisby. We'll see. Probably got about a half a load, I think. Put the ink back, make it nice and safe and secure, and keep it away from cats. This is hard, doing a voiceover. I've never done this before. Well, no, I've done this before. Badly. So pretty. Time for a writing sample. So the paper I'm using here is Cosmo Airlight or Tomoe River. It doesn't really matter. You're not going to see much in the way of shading or ink properties or anything because I did not think to zoom in. I am so sorry. I should have zoomed in on my writing, and I did not. So this is the Leonardo Momento Zero Grande 2.0, which means it has the ink window, in the material Nana Rosa. So I'm putting a page entry in my pen's pen records book. So the first thing I write after the name of the manufacturer, like the brand and the model name, are whether it's a twist cap or a pull cap and whether it posts. Then I describe the body, including the color name. So if it, in this case, it's the Nana Rosa material. So this is where the Nana Rosa name goes. And what it's made out of, what the trim is made out of. In this case, it's the Nana Rosa resin. That's by Tailored Pen Company in the States. And the trim is gold toned. Or rose gold. I cannot tell. I don't have a good eye for that. I think it's gold toned. It might be rose gold toned. I don't know. I don't care. It's a really freaking pretty pen. So, what else am I writing here? It's, because I dipped it, it was writing nicely, but now it's getting a little dry. You can see I'm getting frustrated trying to get some ink out. I struggled. So I'm referring back to the previous page to see what I wrote next and trying to get the ink flowing again. But the ink is not flowing. So my brand new pen, I dipped it to ink it up, and now it's just not writing. It's barely writing. It's very, very light. No, I'm going over and over the same material. It's not writing. So this is when I get frustrated and I try and see, is ink flowing down to the feed? Is there ink in the feed? And there is. It left an ink mark on my paper towel. Now I'm doing a little cheat, trying to open the tines, see if I can get some more wetness in there. It did seem like a dry writer in the first few lines of writing. So, opening the tines. I know this is a reversible step. If I take it too far, I can undo that opening of the tines. So I'm not too worried about doing that. Trying yield pen tap. Not working. Scribbling. Not working. Getting a little worried because this was not a cheap pen. This is not my most expensive pen, but it is up there. And I've waited a long time for something like this. I've been on a no-buy for, well, I bought one pen in 21 months. So, yeah. Yeah, something's wrong. There's ink in the feed. Here's where I'm pointing out the feed is full of ink. The feed is saturated. So something is wrong between the feed and the nib. Ink is not getting from the feed, from the tines of the feed, into the nib itself. Still nothing is coming out. So this is where I take myself off camera for a few minutes and I do some messing about. So I did some messing about. I used, whatchamacallit, a brass sheet, a brass plate to floss the tines, just in case there was something in between them that was preventing the tines from having ink flow down them. And that seemed to work. It was really hard to get the brass in there. So I think there was particulate from when the nib was engraved or printed with the logo, because the part I had difficulty shimming was the part where the Leonardo logo crosses over the center cut of the slit. So I really struggled to clean that out with my brass sheet. So now I've written down about the nib and where I purchased it from. I got this pen from Stilo Stile or Stilo Stile, I don't know how to pronounce it, in Italy, in Rome. And I ordered it in December and it arrived a week after I ordered it, which is pretty, or just over a week after I ordered it, which is pretty amazing considering Christmas was in the middle there. So it came very quickly. And what am I doing now? Voiceovering is hard. So my next paragraph is usually after I put where I purchased it from and when. My next paragraph is on the filling system. So it's a piston filler with a 1.5 milliliter ink capacity. And now I do some scribbles and some squiggles, and then I'm going to color in 2x2 square solidly, and then I'm going to do a wetness test where I quickly scribble down and smear it with my finger to see if there's much wetness. And there's a lot more wetness than when I started, because I did open up the tines a bit to try and get things flowing. So between the brass shimming and the flossing, whatever you want to call it, and the me pressing the tines a little bit open, the ink is flowing nicely now. So you can see it's writing, which was good because it didn't write at first. So this is me expressing how beautiful I think this pen is. Seriously, the moment I saw this pen, I knew I had to have one. It's just right up my alley color-wise, with the pinks and the oranges and the white and the chatoyance and the glitter and the gold trim. It just makes my heart go all pity-pat and skippity-skip. It's such a pretty pen. It's so girly. I'm not much of a girly girl, but when I have my moments, I have my moments. And this is one of them. So... And coral is my favorite ink color. And this is the perfect pen to show off my coral inks. So would I recommend this pen? I never answer this right away unless I have already bought multiples of the same pen. So this is my first experience with the model, the Momento Zero Grande 2.0. So I won't answer that would I recommend this pen question yet. So here's the ink when I inked it, and future inks will get written down below. So there you go, an unboxing, initial impressions, a beautiful pen. Stupidly happy, stupidly happy.